All right, welcome back to Teach Me Money Methods. This is, I believe, day 17 of the Building in Public series. Let's jump in and get started. So we had another big day yesterday at $759. You can see that the majority of that, over half, is coming from Warrior Plus. When I pick out good products, and if you want to go and watch some of the earlier videos in the Building in Public series where I actually go over how to pick winning products. This is something that's very important in affiliate marketing. If you don't pick the product that's going to get the most buzz that people want to buy, then you are very much decreasing your chances of making sales. Timing is also everything with affiliate launches. You want to get in at the time of launch, because after about 48 hours and the launch is already gone, all the people, all the affiliates that have already emailed their lists and created review videos and done all their things, they're going to be blasting out and making a bunch of sales in that first couple days. And so there's going to be slim pickings for the rest of the remainder of the launch. So a couple things, very important: pick the right products, and then also make sure that you get your video out in a timely manner and email your list. And then let's not forget that it also has to be a good product vendor, has to be a good product in general, or you're probably going to still make sales even if it's a bad product, but eventually that's going to hurt you in the long run, because the next time you go and try to sell a product to your audience and you've sold them bad products in the past or recommended bad products, then that is when your business is going to hurt, because people are going to stop buying from your suggested products, right? So the quality is a big deal. You want to make sure that you're promoting quality products from quality vendors. You want to make sure that you get your video out on launch day and email your list on launch day. And then another big thing, I'll probably make a whole video about bonuses, but bonuses are what is bringing this success right here. And then also when we did these over here a week ago, these really big days right there, that's just from 2 products, right? I picked 2 products out with these right over here and made some really good money. So $759 yesterday, pretty cool stuff. In this video, what I want to talk about, guys, is testing out thumbnails in order to see if we can get some better traction. And so I recently started testing. I only tested one so far, and it's actually this one with a total impressions click-through rate of 3%. I did test 2 thumbnails. I'm going to kind of take you through kind of what I did here. You can see all the views are coming from browse and notifications, channel pages, suggested. This is not a search type title on this particular video. But what we did was we went over here and we signed up to TubeBuddy. Now I have vidIQ I'm paying $10 a month for, and then the only one I've been waiting for YouTube to come out with their ABC. So they're going to allow you to test 3 at a time. But I've been waiting. All right, I'm going to come over to the other side over here. So I've been waiting, and I think everybody else is as well. YouTube creators are waiting for YouTube to release their built-in A or B or C. You can split test up to 3 thumbnails at once. And when they come out with that, a couple of cool things is that, one, it's going to be by a multi-billion-dollar company, by YouTube. So it's probably going to be a pretty good tool, and it's probably going to function really well. And then 2, the even more important thing for the vast majority of people is that you will get it for free. You will get it for free. YouTube's not going to charge you. It's going to be built in. When we come over here into the back end right over here, we'd be able to go over to over to details, and we would actually be able to come in here, get rid of this TubeBuddy stuff. We would be able to come in here and actually change out our thumbnail anytime we want, and right over here. So there'll be an option to where we can click on these 3 dots, and then right here, instead of change or download, it's going to say like a split test thing right here, right? So I don't have access to this. Some people do have access to this already, probably bigger channels have already been testing this and so forth. So that's going to be really, really cool, but we don't know when that's coming out. I heard it was supposed to come out in January, but we're already halfway through the month, hasn't been released yet. And I'm not going to sit around and wait to test my thumbnails anymore, because it could be the end of the year, or it could be, summertime. So what I've done is, not everybody will be able to do this because it does cost money, and it's actually pretty expensive. It's per channel, right? So when you go into TubeBuddy, you're going to see, I'll go back over to home real quick just to show you kind of like what it looks like. I really don't care if you see my stats or anything in here, but we have all these different channels right over here, right? And it's one channel at a time. So you have to actually sign up for a license for like I'm under the Legend account, and you have to have the Legend account. So there's different tiers, and it's like the third tier, I believe, in order to get access to they're very smart, right? TubeBuddy's very smart. They made the A/B split testing one of the higher plans because they know that that's one of the most valuable things that they bring to the table, that nobody else has a tool built like this. I have tried a Thumbnail Blaster. There was a Thumbnail Blaster product that came out like 5 years ago, and it never properly worked for me. Never once was I able to test. I set up everything correctly, and I tried to use Thumbnail Blaster to do an A/B split test, and it never worked for me. So, that's another one of those things. You pay for what you get. So you're going to have to pay in order to do this. Now we can come over here. You can get some cool little stats on your channel. It looks like views are up on my channel. Subscribers are up big time. So that's cool. And then engagement is up quite a bit as well. So it's going to give us how people are finding me through search. We have related. So there's some good stuff that TubeBuddy does, some pretty good stuff. It has my audience over here and so forth. So pretty cool stuff. But I'm going to go over here to the A/B split test and manage. You can see I've only ran one test right now, but I'm going to try to create 2 thumbnails as part of my practice now, part of my process, only on this channel, because this is the channel that's struggling the most, believe it or not. I have another channel that only has 1,000 subscribers, and I'm getting more views on that channel than I'm getting on this channel that has almost 12,000 subscribers. So there's definitely something weird and wrong going on with my channel. I know I've been kind of mentioning this. I know that some of you, if I do decide to move on from this channel and create something else, that of course I'll share it with you guys. Absolutely. I'll make a full video about it, and you guys will be the first people to subscribe to my new channel. If that's the case, haven't decided. I'm also considering getting some professional consulting from somebody else that can come and analyze my channel and tell me, hey, here's what's actually wrong with it. Or if they can say, yeah, all these videos, these are great topics, great, really good content, all this stuff. And they can tell me that, yeah, you know what, something is penalized or something, because you should be getting a lot more spread of your content, a lot more chances to get more views on it. So needless to say, we have over here, and you'll be able to see this right over here. We had 50 new leads with TikTok lead generation. Another thing that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be talking about later, but I'm not going to focus too much on it in this video, but is title variation. What I'm learning about YouTube is that the title and the thumbnail are the absolute most important thing. Of course, the introduction and the hook and all that, the quality of the content, that's always a gimme. That's a big deal, right? You guys are interested in improving your affiliate marketing and maybe improving YouTube. So that's why you're watching my content. And I'm trying to teach you of things of value, things that I'm doing in my business. But in order to even get someone to come and watch this, the title has to be good, and the thumbnail, right? And so, because there are tens of thousands of videos being recommended to people all day long, and no matter how good you think that your thumbnail or title is, there's videos right next to it that might be better, and they're going to go and pick those videos instead, right? So we have the original at 3.89% click-through rate and a 2.77, and I'm going to share some of my thoughts as well, kind of what I think overall. But when we come in here and look at this, so these were the 2 thumbnails that I tested right over here. I kind of did one that's more personable, it's myself and so forth. And then we came over here and we just did straight up AI. And I'm going to show why I think that this is surprising. But when we come over here, it's completed 4 cycles. This means that on day 1, this was the original thumbnail. And this one was there for the first 24 hours. And then the cool thing about TubeBuddy is that it will automatically do this for you. And that's why it's still probably worth the money for now. It automatically uploads this one the next day. And then what I think it did was it actually tested this one, I think, for 2 days. and then it went back to this one as well. So it's going to really try to get as much testing on both as it can. And then right now what it's saying is currently your original version CTR, so click-through rate, is performing 40.6% better than the variation. Then we can come and read this up here that says based on the total number of impressions and clicks, we are 75.49% sure that your original will perform better than the variation. This is not yet considered statistically significant. They want a 95% confidence level or required. So that's why it's continuing. The cycle's not complete, and it's taking probably a little bit longer than I would have thought. Now, there's some things that when we come over here, it looks like, wow, wouldn't you go with this next one? And they kind of try to answer that. We do have a click-through rate over here. Here's that total number that you're looking at right here. But we have to kind of take a little bit with a grain of salt, because we also know that the first day is going 24 hours is going to get the most chances, right? Like YouTube kind of tries to push your content out the first 24 hours, find that audience, and even just your subscribers alone that are going to tune into your channel, they're going to impact the click-through rate as well. So the original is going to get a little bit more of a kind of a cushion, if you will. Like I said, when you have subscribers that go, they're going to most likely go watch your content the first day. And that's going to impact the click-through rate as well, because they don't care what your thumbnail is. They're going to watch your video because they like your content and they like your channel. So, it's a little bit, there's not really a way. And that would actually, no, that will go into what I'll talk about over here at the end. But essentially, this is the best testing we can do right now with TubeBuddy. The fact that it has to stay for an entire day, I don't like that. And the YouTube version that's going to be coming out soon, from what I've learned about on vidIQ's channel when they made a whole video about it, is that every single time it is shown in the first, at launch, right? If you test 2 or 3 at a time, it's immediately going to show a variation of that to all the people that are watching it at the same time. So it's going to be testing 2 or 3 thumbnails simultaneously the first 24 hours that you launch your video. And so what that means is that you're going to get, I believe, a way more accurate interpretation and data to support which thumbnail actually performed the best, right? So I can't wait till the YouTube one comes out, but right now this still is good. It's going to match. And then we can read what it says down here. It says, although the variation gained more views during the course of this test, I don't think that that's the case, when we had... But nonetheless, it's actually saying that the variation gained more views during the test. The original is actually performing better because it has a higher click-through rate. The only reason that the variation got more views is because it happened to get more impressions on YouTube during this time, but people are actually clicking to watch the original more often when it's played. And so, that's another thing too, is that did we get more impressions because maybe the YouTube algorithm sensed that this one over here was actually going to perform better. So then we got more impressions, but this is tracking the click-through rate, and this one is getting a higher click-through rate. Another important thing to note is that on the click-through rate, when the YouTube one comes out, the winning thumbnail is going to be based on the watch time. It's actually going to be based on the total minutes watched per thumbnail and not click-through rate. YouTube cares about watch time and people watching the video, not even as much as click-through rate, people clicking through. They want to see people staying on the video and watching it. So at the end of the day, it looks like this one's going to win. And I wanted to kind of share what my secret was, or kind of like the secret revealed, right? And stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm going to talk about titles and how I'm coming up with the title for this video. It's going to be pretty cool. But nonetheless, we come over here into Taja, and I come over here and I'm just going to go maybe click on this one right over here. And then we'll scroll down. This is a software that produced some thumbnails for me. And I believe that that's where I got this thumbnail. Here we go. So this is where I got this thumbnail. It's a pretty cool thumbnail, right? I'd like to replace this with myself, so it'll be personable, but then still have a really cool artwork and design. But it's kind of difficult to do that in Canva and so forth. And I'm not going to spend an hour on my thumbnail. But this is where I got it from Taja over here. So this literally was created from AI. I didn't have to spend hardly any time doing that. And I spent a lot more time When we come over here, I spent a lot more time, believe it or not, and you guys be the judge. If you watched it all the way to the end, leave a comment and say, hey, I watched to the end. I really appreciate you. I like to hear that. And then also say, out of the original or the variation, what thumbnail did you like best? Visually appealing, I would have to say the AI one is just cooler. It's vibrant, has a lot more colors going on. This is really basic right here, but I also am following what most thumbnail people teach, which is you want to have a big picture of yourself. I did put glow behind myself and so forth. It's not the best picture of myself, I'll admit that, but it's what I had to work with that day. And then I used a thumbnail that was already in Canva and I changed it out and I put the TikTok thing there. I added this little, electricity right here. So it's not a bad thumbnail. And these are the ones that most people teach you. Very few text or words, a big icon or something else going on. So there's only 3 elements going on this thumbnail. There's a person, there's just a few words, really big, and then an icon, right? So 3 elements. But let me know which one you think is best or how I could improve one or the other. If I could improve this AI one and make it even better, that would be cool to kind of push my channel. But so that's what I want to be doing. I'll share the journey with you guys. I'm going to be testing thumbnail images on this channel. It's very expensive, $32 a month. I kind of want to do this on my LearnWire channel and my other AI channel as well. But then I'd be spending $100 a month just on A/B split testing. I would also be creating 2 thumbnails for at least 3 channels that I try to produce content on a daily basis right now for. So then I'm just upping my workload like crazy. Yes, I should probably, get a VA to start doing some of this stuff, but I'm just not quite there yet. I don't really want to do that. So that's it for that video. Let's go in and just see if there was any questions real quick. So we'll come back over here and we'll go to questions. See, the video did not perform well at all. Didn't even get 100 views. It's probably something to do with the title. I'm definitely going to take the advice from whoever it was in the last video. I believe it might have been this video over here that Dan Best said to... Well, I can't find it, but one of you, I think it was Vasti or Dan Best, you guys have been the most, showing up the most, and I really appreciate you guys. But one of you had said that I should maybe take off, actually, I think it was somebody else actually, but said I should take off the building in public and just put it all in a playlist. I do have a playlist, but I've forgotten about half the videos to add them. But I can go back real quick, add everything to the playlist, and then just kind of make it a playlist, right? And not put the building in the public. I kind of thought that was like the whole point of doing this was putting building in the public. But the more I'm researching YouTube titles and so forth, the more I'm learning that your title should only be, it's considered truncated when it's over 60 characters long. It gets cut off. It impacts click-through rate. And that can be another reason why I'm not getting clicks and so forth. But at the same time, we could make a complete different argument because Jackie has had really long titles and he's putting building in public day, 10 on his videos. And he's getting now 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. So there's always something that we can always prove a concept for or against. But right now I'm kind of desperate on this channel to do anything I can to kind of up those views and to find my audience and so forth, right? And so I'm going to probably do that. And I know that no one's actually typing in TikTok versus solo ads for building an email list. So I really need to start getting back into kind of adding in some search keywords that people are searching for, but also making it a clickbait type engaging and, click worthy. So I'm going to be working on my titles as well. And then that's another cool thing that you can split test with TubeBuddy is we can go and start a new test. If I go click over here, we can actually go start a new test. And this is the one over here that so we would select one of these, but you can actually do a A/B split of your title, description, and thumbnail, or just your title. And so I'm going to start doing some of that as well. And I'll keep you guys posted on all that. So back to real quickly, thanks for answering my question in the last video. Dan Best says YouTube versus blog, and it has given you clarity and a new focus. Awesome. Appreciate that, man. And I'm glad that helped you. We have Vasti over here. I have used TikTok for follows, but not for advertising. They do have a good reporting system from people I know tend to ban you compared to Facebook. Tend to ban you compared to Facebook. They do have a good reporting system, and from people I know tend not to ban you. Yes, correct. I agree 100%. People that do everything right and they're not even in the make money online niche, get banned from Facebook all the time for no reason. They don't give you any reasons. And it just sucks. I don't want to work with companies like that. And then on top of that, their pricing is through the roof as well. So you just know a lot of people with the same story, and they're moving to TikTok and YouTube as well. So absolutely appreciate that. Yep, YouTube is good as long as you don't talk about politics. Then they'll can your account as well. Absolutely. Thank you for the update. I was behind a day. YouTube didn't feed me your last video. All right. Appreciate you, man. And then I think System has an API integration. If you have a page to that or a link, please, Mickey6581, if you have that, reply back to this with the link to that, because I can't find it anywhere. And I've even searched System API, blah, 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 all that stuff, and I can't find it. So that'd be really, really good to know. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. I got to the end of the video, and I had seen that I did not really address, because the title that I'm going for is going to be like a secret revealed or something like that. And I think that the secret of this video, first of all, I'm glad if you made it all the way to the end, then you get the secret. I already alluded to this. I mentioned it, but I just wanted to go over it. So the main point or truth is sometimes the lowest effort thumbnail that you create will perform the best. The only way to know if your thumbnail is good or not, or why your video is not performing, is to A/B split test. So I think that to take it to the next level, it's just crazy to think. I got to be completely honest, right? When we come back over here and look at some of my videos over here, I think I've gotten better at making making thumbnails. I don't know how this is not a good thumbnail right here. That's not too bad. Text is real big. We've got background in the back with a mask over it. It's blurry. It's not bad. I have an outline around myself, just barely. Big words, not too much going on. And I know that some of you also said that these thumbnails you thought would pop off. These are the perfect thumbnails with big, giant text, and people want to learn how to make money. I'm sharing real evidence and real experience with you that I'm actually making hundreds of dollars per day with affiliate marketing and barely getting 100 views. When we come over here and we look into analytics and so forth, reach, this one only got a 3.4% reach. So something is just not adding up. I thought I was getting better at it. I'm over here testing. Believe it or not, this over here took a lot longer. This new one that I created over here, I took a new snapshot of myself. I went and I created this from scratch, and I thought it was a pretty decent thumbnail as well. And go look at analytics and reach, and it did do a little bit better at 5%. We'll see, but that's the biggest reveal, is that some of these thumbnails that I created with just one click with AI are performing better than the ones that take a lot more effort or that they're branded and personable. So that's the secret reveal. Thanks.